Now we move on to the last session of our forum, which is the innovation capacity track. What we aspire to do is to showcase various activities related to artificial intelligence here in Cyprus. And without further ado, I would like to invite the first presenters who are going to talk about the Cyprus Center for Algorithmic Transparency and the Transparency in Algorithms group. So you have 3 to 5 minutes. The talk is from the Open University of Cyprus and RISE. Can you hear me? Μας ακούνε?
Όχι ακόμη.
Μήπως να προχωρήσουμε με τον επόμενο και να ξεκινήσουμε?
Τώρα σας ακούνε.
Ωραία. Can you hear me? From this. So now you can start.
Πρέπει να τους πείτε πάλι ποιος θα αρχίσει γιατί δεν τα
So it's now the first speaker is from the Cyprus Center for Algorithmic Transparency. I don't have the names of the speakers on my list, so please present yourself first. Yes, Styliani, hello, we can hear you very well. Please go ahead. Yes, we can hear you. You can start.
Okay, so can you also see my screen?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I will start again. I assume there is a delay, so good evening. My name is Styliani Kleanthous, and I'm a member of the Transparency in Algorithms group within the AI pillar of the RISE Research Center and the Cyprus Center for Algorithmic Transparency at the Open University of Cyprus, which are sister research groups, and they are established in 2018. Both teams share a common mission. We focus on understanding the nature of impact of human biases in the algorithms and data that underlie many of the systems that we use today. At CyCat, our research focuses on users' relationships with smart technologies. With our partners, we are designing tool-based and educational interventions to promote fairness, accountability, transparency, and ethics by raising the awareness of a range of stakeholders, students, teachers, and young developers. In contrast, at TAG, our work focuses on promoting faith in research and innovation practices. We aim to develop tools, techniques, and platforms that aid in promoting transparency and fairness in data, algorithm, and analytics. The last 2 years, we have worked extensively with computer vision tools for image tagging, which automatically infer the content of an input image. It's become increasingly easy and economical for developers to use pre-trained models and tools for big names in the tech industry, including these. And some of these companies have actually referred to artificial intelligence as a service as a process of democratizing AI. In particular, Microsoft has said that it wants to make it possible for any individual or organization to use AI. With respect to European Union startup companies, recent research showed that 1 out of 12 are using or reusing these types of AI as a service, and that they have strong economic incentives to do so. So we have been developing auditing processes which test the behaviors of image tagging services when handling people-related media. It's of course important to ensure that developers understand a priori the range of behaviors of these services. This slide here illustrates how some services can misgender people, as well as use tags that are subjective and open to misinterpretation, such as the blue tags that you can see. Human label data is typically the gold standard for training machine learning algorithms, and to this end, we are actively conducting research in the area of human computation and human-in-the-loop approaches for auditing machine behaviors. For example, in DeskHunt, we investigate the connection among bias in AI applications and social bias generated through the crowdsourcing task. We also recently released OpenTag, an interactive platform that facilitates human oversight of cognitive services. In recent work, we used OpenTag to understand people's perceptions of the behaviors of image tagging algorithms, but we are also looking into other ways to exploit our platform, and we are, of course, open to collaboration with anyone who is interested. For instance, we are involved in a new project proposal in which OpenTag will serve as a means for the public to report fake news and memes they come across to. Finally, realizing that trustworthy AI also requires that we raise the level of digital human capital here in Cyprus, as mentioned earlier in the panel also. At CyCat, we've designed seminars and distance learning modules using our interactive demos and learning tools. In October 2020, we ran a series of seminars for public school teachers with the Cyprus Pedagogical Institute on the role of education in promoting algorithmic transparency, focusing on everyday algorithmic systems for information access. On behalf of TAG and CyCat teams, I would like to thank you very much for listening and your attention. And if you require more information, please contact us through our social media or our websites. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Styliani. And the next speaker is Professor Janis Katakis from the AI Lab of the University of Nicosia. Janis.
Hello. Let me share my screen. Okay, hopefully you can see my presentation now and you can hear me.
Yes, very well.
All right, so hello everyone. Thanks for having us. Thanks for giving us this opportunity to present the Artificial Intelligence Lab of the University of Nicosia. My name is Janis Katakis and I'm an associate professor at the University of Nicosia. Our mission as an MBA AI lab is to do research, of course, and innovate in the areas of AI, machine learning, and data science, but also to educate the next generation of experts on those fields. And we also give a lot of effort in trying to bridge the gap between academia and industry. Now, although we have just recently been established, we have grown fast, and what you see on the slide is only the, let's say, the tip of the iceberg. We have many external collaborators that work with us in the problems we are interested in, and many of them come from the industry. The problems that we work on are a wide range of areas and tasks in data science and artificial intelligence, like deep learning and Bayesian reasoning. We really like interdisciplinary topics, so we work a lot with social scientists and political scientists. We do a lot of text analytics, so we do sentiment analysis. We do social network analysis like event detection. And of course, we provide methods to deal with this large volume of data that we have to deal with. In terms of applications, we focus on the health sector, smart cities, and social sciences. This is just a brief mention on the project that we're working on. Alameda, for example, these are funded projects. Alameda, for example, works towards early diagnosis and treatment of brain diseases. Flock AI aims to boost drone swarm autonomy. And Eunomia targets user-oriented, secure, trustful, and decentralized social media. So it's more about misinformation. Regarding education, we have just launched two new programs in data science, a bachelor degree in data science, which is the first bachelor degree in data science in Cyprus and one of the few in the area. It is a quite interesting and interdisciplinary degree, and also an MSc in data science, which is offered via distance learning. It is based on the industry requirements, and it has attracted a lot of students of different parts of the world. We are very proud that within the context of these two degrees, we have established some important partnerships, like with the Expedia Group, the Makrivakis Open Forecasting Center, NVIDIA's Deep Learning Institute, and Google Cloud, targeting and improving, of course, the quality of education. And for the same reason, we have established a series of guest lectures where our students will have the opportunity to interact with people working in the industry in companies like Google, Apple, Facebook, Visa, KPMG, and of course Expedia, which is one of our main partners in this MSc. That was all from me. Thank you very much. So we would like to hear from you. So let us know how we can help you if you're working in the field, and of course, let us know how you can help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yanni. The next talk is about explainable AI-driven business intelligence products to help you work smarter. It is a presentation from Impact Tech, which is a startup here in Cyprus, a startup that was created by George Larku and other colleagues of him who were students and researchers at the University of Cyprus in the Department of Computer Science. So, George, or Georgina, who is going to talk.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes, very well. Hi.
Can you see our screen as well?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thanks for the invitation and thanks for having us on this event. So my name is George. I'm the CEO at Impact Tech, and today with Georgina, we will present you Impact Tech Sales Hero. I remember from the very first day we launched our products, Impact CRM, Impact Telecoms, Impact PSP Gateway, and we started attending meetings with potential customers. We always hear the same words. At Impact Tech, you have developed an amazing combination of products, but as you know, we spend enormous amount in online marketing for lead acquisition. So potential customers that end up with our less experienced employees. And the question is, what if you could provide us a software that will be able to actually help us analyze every interaction our sales representatives have with them, identify the most successful ones, and identify common keywords, common patterns, and allow us to replicate the success by giving our sales agents superpowers. As you can imagine, most of the sales conversation still happen over the phone, and we managed to combine different state-of-the-art approaches, such as statistical and deep learning methods, to give you a new way to monitor every call, enhance compliance, and of course, our main goal, improve productivity. Georgina will go through our innovative explainable AI interface on top of our cloud-based PBX that we recently launched and covers everything that I previously mentioned and probably much more. Impact Tech Sales Hero is part of the Innovate Restart 2016-2020 program by the Research and Innovation Foundation ILMA project. Georgina.
So let's get here a closer look in our technology. The call processing starts with robust voice activity detection that is able to accurately detect the speech even in situations with high background noise, music, and so on. The speech segments are then fed to speech recognition models, which are adapted for the target domain in order to get the dialogue script. Both ASR and VAD models are trained in-house with state-of-the-art tools, and we have shown that they outperform widely used systems such as Google Speech API. Once a dialogue script is inferred from the dialogue, as we can see here, we can start benefiting from various NLP methods. In this particular configuration, we have enabled DNN-based sentiment analysis, both for the agent and the customer channels, and text classification in two modes, rule-based and statistical-based. For simple tasks where we have a clear structure in what we are looking for, we generally prefer pattern matching or rule-based techniques, while we keep statistical models for more complex classification tasks, such as named entity recognition that we see here. Now about explanation, which is an interesting part of our solution. We already mentioned that we have a variety of machine learning methods to get intelligence from the particular phone communication. However, the derived intel is not always clear. A very good example is sentiment analysis. In this particular utterance here, we see that the system believes that the sentiment is positive, but we cannot understand always why. Our explanation model, a novel solution that is built on top of the DNN output, says that, okay, this sentence is positive, mainly due to the words great, and good that exist in it. Another interesting part of our system is the decision here. So based on all the NLP output that we get and the various inference that we have on this dialogue, we train the last classifier that summarizes everything into one decision, whether the call is okay or not. Right now, our effort focuses in trying to explain this decision, and although our classifier works, we need to make sure that we can persuade any compliance officer or monitoring agent that the classification result they see there is accurate and that no bad calls will go unseen. So we still have a lot of interesting problems to solve, and we are excited to do so with the help of Innovate Restart program and the Research and Innovation Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Georgina and George. Now the next talk is from Suite 5, another company which is based in Cyprus and is about their data intelligence solutions.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you, Marius. I will just share my screen. Okay, can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So, thank you for the opportunity you gave us to attend the forum and present, even briefly, our technologies, our product offerings, and the different competencies, let's say, that our company possesses in the area of AI and in general data management and AI. So it was really useful that we heard to the previous discussion, to the previous panel, about the different challenges introduced and actually faced by the diverse industry sectors with regards to data management, data analytics, and artificial intelligence, because our offering actually refers to an end-to-end data products that address these diverse challenges, at least from the technical point of view, and especially focusing on data management, data interoperability, data analytics, and ultimately data sharing. So as you can see in the slide that I present, our offering includes 5 main products, which start from the S5 Collect, which refers to data collection, data management, also adhering to some to issues that have to do with data integrity and data quality. It is complemented by a search engine that allows for building and executing queries over data and exposing them to external applications through APIs. And they both support our S5 Analyze product, which allows, first of all, for experimenting with different algorithms, designing and executing AI analytics over different types of data. And we do have also a product that facilitates data sharing, the S5 Share, which facilitates data sharing between different stakeholders over blockchain-enabled data contracts. And actually, this is mostly ensuring a secure and transparent and trustworthy data sharing between different actors of the industry. So our products are rather complementary and can be combined in different ways according to specific business cases and requirements that our customers have. From the very typical case and the very simple case when customers need to run analytics on premise with highly confidential data, to more complex cases when customers need to run analytics with data owned by other actors in their value chains, and this is really challenging. And in this sense, they are in need of getting involved in data and intelligence sharing transactions, and this needs to be facilitated and provided in a transparent and trustworthy manner. And since this session actually is about AI, I will further focus on our Analyze product, which, as you can see, consists in a fully fledged platform offering a complete set of features that address the needs, first of all, of data scientists, and allows them to go through several steps in order to execute analytics, including data preparation and manipulation, design of their analytics pipelines, utilizing libraries of basic algorithms, but also pre-trained algorithms that we have trained within specific contexts and can be easily adjusted and reused in similar contexts, and deploy their analytics and execute them either in the cloud or in edge or on on-premise environments. While on the other hand, we offer features also for business users in order to receive fine-grained reporting through intuitive interactive visualizations. And what I want to highlight is that this is not a static product, but it's continuously expanded and extended with new features, which result from our research activities, because we do have some intense research orientation in our company. And at the moment, our focus is on introducing what are the previous speakers talked about, explainability, AI explainability features, towards increasing the visibility and knowledge on how specific decisions and how specific predictions have resulted from an analysis, and actually allow us to shift from black box AI models to glass box ones. And this is a really challenging field of research. Now, in business terms, very quickly, we offer our services and solutions in a variety of factors in different business verticals, spanning energy, which is one of our mostly targeted domains, manufacturing, aviation, e-health, cybersecurity, and governmental organizations. And we are also, on top of our analytics solution, of our analytics product, we are developing tailored solutions for them in order to address specific business needs and improve not only operational efficiency, but also allow them to get involved into new businesses, into new services towards their subsequent clients. Our key partners and clients during this journey that we are going through are presented here. I will not go through them in detail, just wanted to highlight some key facts about the company, which during the last 2 years, we have experienced a 90% increase in our personnel, a 60% increase in our revenues. And in terms of research and innovation, actually, we are listed as the first private for-profit organization, let's say, in funds received for research activities from the European Commission in Cyprus, which is one of our highlights. And I'm closing with this. I would like to thank you for the opportunity. And I'm here also to respond to any questions if there are any.
Thank you very much, Tassos. That's very interesting. Now we move on to our next session, let's say, which is about research results in artificial intelligence, where we have two presentations from KIOS, the Research and Innovation Center of Excellence at the University of Cyprus, and one presentation from UCLan, the University of Central Lancashire in Cyprus. So the first presentation is titled Driveguard, a deep learning technique for countering cyber attacks against autonomous vehicle camera subsystems in the context of the Horizon 2020 Caramel project. So please go ahead. Can you hear me from KIOS?
Κύρκου Χρήστος.
Christos Kirkou?
He says his microphone is not working.
Oh, okay. So maybe we can, there is some technical problem, so we can proceed with the second presentation, which is about a modular approach to detect GPS location spoofing attacks in autonomous vehicles. So the speaker...
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just sharing my screen.
Yes, please.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start. Okay, first, hello everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. And I'm Arno Borua, and I'm presenting a modular approach to detect GPS location spoofing attacks in autonomous vehicles. An autonomous vehicle is capable of sensing its environment and can operate without human interaction. Autonomous vehicles rely on camera, radar sensors, lidar systems, GPS, ultrasonic sensors, and central computer to operate on the road. Benefits of autonomous vehicles include fuel efficiency, reduction of traffic deaths, travel time reduction, and lessens traffic jams. However, along with benefits, they also bring security challenges that open up new cyber attacks surfaces to malicious users. In autonomous vehicles, location awareness is one of the primary requirements. And for localizations, the global positioning system, in short GPS, is widely used for navigation and tracking. GPS is based on the use of satellites, but satellites transmit unencrypted signals, which make the GPS receivers one of the weakest modules of autonomous vehicles. As a result, jamming and spoofing attacks are easy to carry out. In the GPS spoofing attacks, a malicious user deceives the GPS receiver by broadcasting false GPS signals to replace the genuine signals at the GPS receiver. Therefore, the GPS location spoofing attack is a major threat to autonomous vehicles. We present a solution for detecting GPS location spoofing attacks in autonomous vehicles, which have a number of benefits. First, our solution relies on an in-vehicle detection scheme where only information from the vehicle sensor is used, instead of information from nearby autonomous vehicles or the roadside infrastructure. Our solution is cost-effective because it can be implemented on cheap embedded computing platforms like NVIDIA's Jetson and can be installed in a straightforward way inside of a vehicle and connected to the controller area network. In short, CAN bus system for receiving measurements. Our solution does not involve any heavy computations and can run in real time. Therefore, it is able to detect attacks very fast in reliable way while achieving high attack detection rates. And then an alarm can be triggered in order to take necessary steps to mitigate the attack. For example, informing the vehicle control unit to alert the roadside infrastructure that can revoke the vehicle certificate to stop exchanging false information and reverting to the alternative location stream instead of GPS until spoofing is over. To develop the solution, we focus on GPS location integrity check. Here in the below, at the beginning, onboard sensor readings are put into the vehicle state model to predict the future location, and subsequently, GPS-free global positioning measurements are used in the update stage to improve the previously predicted location. Then the comparison step. Then in the comparison step, the GPS reading are compared to the estimated locations of the vehicle. In case their deviation exceeds the threshold, then an attack is detected and the vehicle can revert to the fallback location solution. Our solution is developed in the context of Caramel project. Caramel introduces innovative anti-hacking attack detection and prevention systems for the European automotive industry. Caramel is an innovation action funded by the European Commission under the Horizon 2020 program, and it brings together 15 renowned organizations from 8 EU member states as well as 3 organizations from South Korea. The project develops a novel solution based on artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques to address cybersecurity challenges in autonomous vehicles. Thank you, and also thank you on behalf of my team.
Thank you very much, Arnab. So let's move to the next talk. The title is Sherpa, Shaping the Ethical Dimensions of Smart Information Systems, a European Perspective, and the speaker is from the University of Central Lancashire in Larnaca. I think you need to unmute your microphone because we see you, but we cannot
Yes,
hear you.
good afternoon. Can you hear me now?
Yes, very well. Hello.
Thank you for the invitation. Hello, I'm Calypso Iordanu. I'm an associate professor in psychology at the University of Central Lancashire in Cyprus and member of the Sherpa project, a Horizon 2020 project which investigates our understanding of the ways in which smart information systems impact ethics and human rights. I'm trying to give me a second to share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So the Sherpa project investigates the ways in which smart information systems, the combination of AI and big data, impact ethics and human rights. The consortium has 11 partners from 6 European countries representing academia, industry, civil society, standard bodies, ethics committees, and art. It is led by De Montfort University in UK, and basically you use a multidimensional approach that involve combining several methods to collect data, such as case studies, scenarios, online interviews, and focus groups. Today, I'm going to present some findings of the focus groups, particularly the ones which explored stakeholders' views regarding what they consider as the main ethical issues that come out of AI. Some focus groups took place.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we don't see your presentation. We do see your screen, but we don't see the presentation.
I'm sorry.
We're seeing the Meet, the Google Meet window.
Not sure why it's not. Maybe I can continue without the presentation. Okay. So I'm going to present some of the findings of the focus groups. The focus groups took place in several European countries, most of them online because of the restrictions of the pandemic. For example, one took place in the context of the International Conference on the Ethical and Social Issues of in Information and Communication Technologies. Moving to the results, a prominent concern of participants regarding big data and AI was the weakening or loss of autonomy. The example of Cambridge Analytica and the level of influence it had in the results of the election was discussed. This was presented as a breach to one's right to make a decision without any influence. Participants emphasized that there is a need for an absolute respect for the autonomy and the freedom of human rights. Another concern has to do with loss of privacy. This was related to data collection that enable monitoring and surveillance via tracking devices such as medical equipment, GPS trackers, smartwatches, smartphones, home security systems. Another issue discussed was the prioritization of financial interest over ethical issues, mentioning not only big data companies, but also the Volkswagen scandal or Boeing's lack of transparency and manipulation of the Federal Aviation Administration. Basically, participants noted that even when there were legal standards and structures in place, companies were driven by profit. There was a discussion of this issue in the context of Zubo's argument that we are living in the age of surveillance capitalism. The problem that exacerbates lack of transparency and loss of privacy and autonomy was traced down to the invisible nature of data collection. There was a reference to transparency in terms of how the algorithm operates, for instance, of a search engine. Another concern had to do with accuracy and reliability of information. The role of AI systems was discussed as it's used in Facebook and Google to spread misinformation and fake news. Some ethical issues were traced to the lack of accountability or even the lack of fear of punishment as a deterrent of an unethical behavior and data manipulation for political or commercial reasons. Recommendations now to address those issues involved legislation, having a European agency for AI and AI ethics officers, standardization, and education that it has already been discussed. Starting from primary formal education and extending to lifelong learning program, there is a need to promote reflective thinking, responsibility, critical thinking, evaluative epistemic cognition, both to AI developers and AI user citizens. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. So the next talk, I don't know if the talk from Kios about the Caramel project is ready.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, great. Sorry for that. There's a mistake with the microphone. I will just give me a minute to share my screen. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So thank you for the invitation. My name is Christos Kirkou. I'm a senior research associate at Kios Research and Innovation Center of Excellence. My talk will be also a part of the Caramel project that was described before. In this talk, I will focus on our activities that relate to countering cyber attacks against the camera subsystems of an autonomous vehicle. So as autonomous vehicles become even more important to increase transport safety and reduce casualties, we see an increase in the levels of autonomy, and at the same time, there is a number of technologies that get integrated into autonomous vehicles, like 5G, smart charging stations, and autopilots. All these new technologies, as they are introduced, have a lot of challenges, and some demonstrate new ways that malicious agents can perform attacks and cyber attacks. So the purpose of the project is to try and find new ways based on AI and machine learning to alleviate these kinds of cyber attacks, specifically and more importantly with regards to the perception systems that basically make the vehicle understand what is around it, like the vehicles and road infrastructure and so on. It has been demonstrated in the literature that the perception systems that we have right now in autonomous vehicles and a lot of these prototypes are susceptible to attacks. For example, by adding noise or even random noise, an image of a stop sign can become a speed limit sign, and it can also make the vehicle change its steering prediction and also hide some important structural elements like road markings, traffic signs, and so on. All these have catastrophic consequences. So the goal of our activities in this project is to guard the camera system of the vehicle against malicious attacks. So in this scenario, a malicious agent can have access to the subsystem of the vehicle and can manipulate the camera image so that it causes the vehicle to misbehave, either by some even random attack or by degrading the quality of the image. So the vehicle has to be able to detect whether such event has happened. Now, our solution that we call Driveguard is basically based on deep learning and convolutional autoencoder structure that we train with thousands of images to remove different types of noise, different types of degradations from the input image, so that in its output you get a much better image that can be used for the different perception modules. So as you see on the example on the top, the two images are, they have some noise added, and also some part of their image is hidden and blocked. And on the bottom, the reconstructed image, you see that the noise is removed, and some traffic markings are also added by the approach. So in the demo here, we see the approach used to safeguard or to guard the segmentation module that basically identifies different objects in the scene. So on the left, you have the clean image. In the middle, you have the attacked image. And on the right, you see the reconstructed image. And if you see the bottom row is the segmentation output that in the middle, which is the attacked image, it gets a lot of noisy output. So this can cause the vehicle to stop or take some unintended action. So the next step that we can take is, if we have this approach, we can then use the reconstruction and the input image to detect when such an attack has happened, and maybe alert a service or halt the vehicle. On the right, you can see that randomly an image can be attacked, and our approach manages to find out that this has happened, also at the same time reconstruct the image. And we are planning to implement this on an embedded device so that we can interface it with a real vehicle from our partners in the project and test it in a real working condition. So that was from me. Please find more information on the website, and contact me if you need any more information. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christos. So let's move to the next part of this session, which is about AI-related innovative products and services. The first two talks are from the AI for EU project, which is a flagship project in the European Union with many interesting activities coordinated various stakeholders around Europe. So the first presentation is about AI for EU. AI for EU stands for a European AI platform for united European AI ecosystems.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, we can hear you very well. Hi, Long.
All right, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. It's quite late over there, I realize, but I'm thankful for the opportunity. So I'm trying to see my window here, share. Okay, can you see my
Yes,
presentation?
yes, we can see it.
Yes, okay, that would be great. Thank you so much. So again, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I am with the Insight Center for Data Analytics in University College Cork. We are actually leading one work package, which is called the Ecosystem Development. We have been in our second years, as you probably already know. We are funded by the European Union Horizon 2020. So what is AI for EU? It is a collaborative Horizon 2020 projects that aims to unite the whole European AI community to really achieve and also get the positive outcome of AI development as AI applications in European societies and economy. And we also wanted to create a leading collaborative AI European platform to nurture the growth within the Union. So these, I'm not going too deep into that because you're probably very familiar with that, because these are actually very challenging, but we are working on those human-centered AI research area. And we have the platforms that go and also pilots as well as technological gaps identified. So we would be encouraging you to become users on the platform. Later on, I will show you how does it look, and then you can be a part of that and explore it for yourself. And I am also available to help you if you have any inquiry. So as I mentioned, those are the experiments that we already have. Those are actually the actual learning that we are going to put into all kind of different activities, as you already mentioned. We have the funding activities. We also have the ethics activities in terms of research, as well as the conferences and workshops that we organize. We also have publications. We also have a dedicated what we call observatory on the platform that provide you with all the information that you would need, and also regulation as well. So again, I encourage all of you to check it out. And again, we are supported at the EU level. We have 81 members from different countries. As you see here, 21 partnering countries, but we're covering all of the countries within the European Union with our different partners, as well as network of national contact points. And again, as I mentioned, we also have the cascade funding of 3 million through our open calls, which is, you would hear later on, my colleagues will be sharing about what does it mean with open calls and how you would be beneficial from that. Again, these are the numbers of the our members of the projects. And again, what are we exactly trying to do is that we wanted to be a bridge, a catalyst between the European AI research and industry. And bottom line is actually that how we are going to get all the different stakeholders to share and also to get the inquiries on a platform, on a kind of united platform, together with the ecosystems that we are trying to build. They are not necessarily all the time on the platform, but we are having them within our network, and we will be able to help you to get whatever, not all of the what you need, but we will try our best to serve through our services. And with that, as any other projects you already know and familiar with, we are having 9 different work packages, so work package model. And I am in the work package 4 of ecosystem creation and development. And we also have a dedicated on the ethic, which is work package 5, and then in work package 8, which is the open calls that will be presented to you later on. And also what would be very relevant to you would be the filling AI technology gaps. That would be very important for you to understand that how you can be a part of the research and also how to be a part of the ideas that beyond those already identified. And for package 6, which is the pilot experiment with the platform, that's where I think you would find a lot of good lessons and also good communities that you can be a part of. And I'm not going to go into details of this one, but we kind of having all of different challenging topics that we mentioned earlier. For example, explainable AI or kind of the verifiable AI. Those are kind of the areas that we are trying to tackle. And you see, or it go into kind of details with different tasks under the work package we manage. And here is the landscape and where we position ourselves. And we wanted to be the node, one of the nodes in the whole ecosystems. And we are trying to support primarily with all of the partners that already exist, and also the upcoming one. For example, the ICT 49 will be launching, 6 projects will be launching in next year or next month actually. And then a number of projects in 48 and 38, our partners, and also we work with other existing initiatives in Europe. And here is another way to look at that. So in the center, we have the demand on-demand platform. And then other than that, we have different tools, pilots, we have resources, we have different kind of contents available for each of the stakeholders and target audience. And here is just another way to look into that. And those on the left, as you see, are the 5 different projects, as we call National Network of Excellence. So Taylor, Human, AI for Media, Alice, and Vision. They are actually ICT 48. And it is the platform. That is exactly the look of the experiment space on the platform, that if you come in, then you will see it and you can team up, you can try out, and you also can find the expertise as well as the algorithm probably you would need or you would wanted to learn more about. We also have the AI resources catalog available. And the last message that I would like to get to all of you is that please be a part of the AI for EU. We are here for you. We have a platform and we have ecosystems available. We also have the experiment part, and we have the information and news services on daily basis, as well as we have the resources and marketplace that you would be able to connect with industry as well as to connect with other competencies that you are looking for. And the open course is actually now ongoing, and the first cutoff will be January 26th next year. And after that we would have the call for solutions later on in 2021. So the actions that I would need from you is actually to identify the synergy on the
Δεν την ακούμε. Έχει αποσυνδεθεί. I think Long has been disconnected.
But you also can share share your expertise.
Okay, thank you very much, Long.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
You were disconnected for a while.
All right, can you? Did I? Okay, probably because of my connection is not so good.
That's okay. Thank you very much for your presentation. AI4U.eu. That's the place to go.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. And let's move to the next talk, which is again from the same initiative, and it is and very interesting, I think, proposal for startups and other teams that are looking for resources to develop their ideas. So it is about all what you need to know about AI for EU call for challenges.
Hello.
Yes.
Ula, are you here? I don't see Ula here. So probably I would be able to just cover it for her.
Okay.
Okay, sorry for that. Right, I'm going to share my screen. Just, I think that she's having something at the moment, or because of the mix-up of the time, you know, so probably that's, yes, so that's why she's, okay. Okay. All right, okay, so let me try to share the screen again. Okay, so I assume you can see my screen, right? Yes, okay. So as I said, the call for challenge. So here as we are looking for SME, mid caps and large company. For the consortium, they can participate, but they can't have the funding. And the funding is actually that you can get up to 10,000. That is call for challenge, and you become the challenge owner. So the challenge owner must commit to provide the necessary elements effective to address the proposed challenge. That will be include the assets, the data needed to develop the solution, technical support to AI for EU code for solutions, and also potential adoption of the results by the end user. So and again, it is already open now. I would send all of you through the message, the link to this call so that you can look more into it. But like here, it is what are the benefit and financial support provided. So as I said, 10Ks, and then we select the best 13 challenges. So besides the money, you also have the support from the consortium in defining and resolving the particular problem. For example, if you don't have the particular competencies available, we may be able to help you with. And then we also help you to develop a solution for the challenge for free during the support program. To our next call, as I said, call for solution later on. And also we have quite good channels, digital channels on the platform, as well as social media and events that we are partner with, as well as we are organizing ourselves. So you will be featured in those. And then the tech. So who can apply? Here is the technology providers, European industry. Again, we try to define that all of those partners that wanted to be this is actually the European industry startup. So it has to be European. And research organization also welcome to be a part of. So what activities will be supported, as you can read here? I'm not going to read it for you, but the beneficiary that graduate from the program will be showcased as the new resource on the platform. So we have quite a good offer and support available for you. And the call for solution, as I said, it is not open right now. It probably will be open in April. And those are the call for solution so that they can address the challenges that identified. So it's kind of the two steps that you can see there. And financial support is up to 70K for the best 41 solution providers, those who work with the challenge owner. So the 13 challenge owner will work with those solution providers in order to come up with the solution. besides the money, as you said, that as I said, it's pretty much included, similar to what I had presented earlier. So with that, I think that I have done my presentation in the call for the open course of AI for EU. And if you do have any questions or anything, I am going to be here, as well as
there may be some problem with your network connection, but I think that's okay. The message was clear, and the opportunities, I think, are exciting for teams that wish to develop solutions for related to the challenges of the AI for EU. Now, let's move to the next talk, which is about a distributed artificial intelligence framework for device-to-device communication in 5G and beyond networks. This is from the Department of Computer Science of the University of Cyprus. So, who is the presenter?
Hello, my name is Iacovos Ioannou. I am the presenter. Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good to hear from you.
Thank you. I'm going to present now my screen. 1 minute, because I only entire screen. Share. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So, good afternoon. I am Iacovos Ioannou, PhD candidate at the University of Cyprus, Computer Science Department. I am research associate at RISE Smart Network Systems Research Group. What I will present now is distributed artificial intelligence framework for D2D communication in 5G and beyond networks. The current presentation relates to enhanced mobile broadband and massive machine-type communication aspects of the next generation 5G networks. So this is our area that we will do. In this slide, we show the need of the AI framework. The existing mobile network problems are the following. Huge bandwidth requests from user equipment cannot be handled by the base station. The existing mobile infrastructure and mobile technologies cannot fulfill all the needs of the users. You can see this even by using your own mobile. If you want at the same time download a movie from YouTube and speak at Skype, you will notice that there is lag and slack, and your downloads is very slow. So here comes 5G to the rescue to tackle the mobile network problems that we said before. 5G requirements in order to achieve 5G are the following: high data rates, low latency, low energy consumption, high scalability, improved connectivity and reliability, and improved security. Is there any approach to achieve 5G requirements? Yes, there is. We have shown that there is. So what is device-to-device communication? It's a type of communication that operates in licensed and unlicensed spectrum. In order to be more clear, license, I mean with the license keyword, the pay frequency that an operator pays, and for the unlicensed keyword, the frequency that it's free, Wi-Fi. So we can utilize in our communication Wi-Fi frequency. The second is that it's transparent to the cellular network because that allows proximate devices to bypass the base station and establish direct links between them, share a connection here, act as relay stations, and directly communicate and exchange information among them. What is the goal? Our goal with the DAI is to develop an AI and ML framework that will act as glue with other intelligent approaches and can be utilized by mobile devices and enable them to intercommunicate among them. The purpose is also, among others, for information sharing, requests among others, orders, propositions, and notifications, with the purpose to implement D2D communication and achieve 5G requirements. Why AI/ML? Because we want autonomous control of communication. This is D2D. That's why we have D2D communication. We need more networks under a network. In open literature, there are only two hops, two relays, only supported in the existing approaches. We offer, and we have shown that we can implement more networks under a network, an optimized solution using ML, fast decision, dynamic and flexible with self-healing mechanism, and less messaging. How this DAI framework can be realized? Of course, with agents, with BDIX agents. But let's start at first, explain what is AI, go to DAI, and go to the DAI framework. AI refers to human intelligence in software. Software that think like humans and mimic human actions. Software that is learning from environment and executing problem-solving solutions. DAI is a concept based on managed intelligent agents that manage their knowledge, abilities, capabilities, and intent plans in order to perform actions with the objective to solve problems by collaboration or as an individual entity. The by collaboration is important because they can talk to each other and collaboratively solve hard problems. DAI framework realization is achieved with BDIX agents. A BDIX agent is an agent with independent decision-making behavior based on information state belief, as you can see from the red here, motivation state desire, as you can see from green here, and deliberate state intention, as you can see from the blue here. Extended with machine learning. Additionally, BDIX agents can communicate among each other for requests and informative messages.
Please wrap up because we don't have too much time left.
Okay, I will go straight to the point. Here we have an example of BDI agents. In the first case, the BDI agent in a device shares among others. In the second case, it extends the network. And in the third case here, I show that it's persistent through the beliefs of intentions, desires, and beliefs, and what that the operator sets. The agent can not select the best for it. What do we achieve using BDI agents? What we have shown, we have high data rates in order to enjoy YouTube, Netflix, Skype at the same time, as shown in the figure 1 and 2. Less power consumption. You can see from the blue line, in contrast with the yellow, how much power we can reduce and reduce the computation time. Why this is important? Less time, because we can support dynamic situations in the mobile network. I want to acknowledge the financial support coming from the RISE Research Center for this project. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
Presentation.
Thank you, Iakove. Let's move to the next talk, which is about using AI solutions for intrusion detection in the Internet of Things. Hello, Christiana.
Hello. Hello. Let me present. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So, my name is Christiana, and I'm going to present computational intelligence, solutions for intrusion detection systems. I am a postdoctoral researcher at the Computer Science Department at UCY and a research fellow at RISE. The current presentation is focused on ultra-reliable and low-latency aspect of the 5G triangle of services, specifically how to have reliable, trustworthy, and timely communication between the smart networks and the end user, and having data integrity and reliability using intrusion detection systems and artificial intelligence techniques. We are focusing on the Internet of Things in industrial facilities that aim at creating a more productive and efficient systems. In industrial environments, we have the operational technologies, the machines, and the information technology, the data, to be more connected than ever. Now, this convergence provides industries with the optimized automation and better visibility, among other benefits. However, it is also the main characteristic that makes industrial IoT facilities more liable to cyber attacks. The IDS for IoT is an intrusion detection system solution that detects cyber attacks in the industrial IoT. Intrusion detection systems have long been proposed. However, the traditional detection approaches are not sufficient for addressing the new and growing security issues that come with the smart stuff. IDS for IoT uses anomaly detection technique to detect abnormalities within the system. It captures the data on the overall state of our industrial system, including endpoint devices and connectivity traffic, and trains the system to identify what is considered normal and what is not. It does that by using artificial intelligence methods and statistical analysis. These techniques allows us to examine the network and application and offer attack, misuse, malfunction, or failure detection with high accuracy. Once a problem is detected, a broad range of actions can be executed. So far, we have tested 5 anomaly detection techniques, 3 security agent operation models, and attacks in different protocol layers. We have implemented and evaluated this IDS concept in numerous occasions since 2016. Classification support vector machines, the CSVM, and the BLR logistic regression and statistical analysis tools have been used to detect abnormalities within the network's device by identifying the important network activity parameters and using data from an IoT platform. We created CSVM and BLR detection models using both benign and viral activity and achieved a correct classification rate of 99.94% when evaluated on an IoT platform. CSVM detection models were also being created and evaluated as global network IDS, monitoring the whole network, and achieved accuracy rates within the range of 96 to 100%. Preliminary results on applying BLR IDS on a gateway system in a global node using a different set of network activity have also shown that abnormalities can be detected with an 80 to 100% detection rate. And this concludes my presentation, and thank you all for your attention.
Thank you very much, Christiana, and let's go to the next talk, which is about mitigating cyber attacks against industrial control systems using data-driven fault-tolerant control in blockchain-based decentralized framework. This again from the Computer Science Department of the University of Cyprus.
His microphone is muted.
Abdullah, your microphone is muted. Please unmute.
Hello everyone, can you see my screen?
We can hear you, but we don't see your presentation slides.
Let me share it again. Can you see now?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Hello everyone, I am Abdullah bin Masood, a PhD candidate at Computer Science Department of University of Cyprus, and also I am working as a research associate at RISE. The current presentation is focused on ultra-reliable and low latency and extends to the massive machine type connections of the 5G triangle of the service, specifically how to have a reliable and secure industrial control system using intrusion detection system and artificial intelligence techniques. The aim of the control systems in industry is to ensure automation of process by providing control inputs through information communication system and monitor the behavior in a closed loop. Following this definition, let's take a chemical reactor example in which we have a chemical plant whose objective is to produce different products through some input chemicals. We feed the operation objective in a controller who will then run the plant via some control inputs and monitor the behavior at every sample time. The control inputs are given to the plant through some actuators, and the sensors installed in the plant will give us output measurements in return, thus creating a closed loop in which plant behavior converges to the set point condition stored in controller. Let's say if there is an intruder who injects some anomaly in this closed loop operation via control input or through sense measurement. His aim is to distort the normal behavior of system and make the operation unstable. This will result in trust lacking of the communication channels which are being used to share the information. Let's say if there is an intruder, consider the normal behavior of the plant in which its dynamical behavior is stable. We can depict this behavior through this graph where on the horizontal axis we have the running period of the plant in terms of number of samples, and on vertical axis we have some amplitude. As you can see, the graph is fluctuating in fixed constraint bounds set by the controller, and seeing that we tell the system is in stable mode. In case an intruder or a false data injection, the system behavior is distorted, as can be shown by this graph where there is a sudden shift in amplitude. We as an individual industrial operator want to develop a fault tolerant scheme that can shift the system behavior from abnormal to normal one. Suppose we have a sensor-based intrusion operation.
Abdullah, ακούστηκα καλά τουλάχιστον.
Is there any problem?
I don't know. Some microphone was open, but now it seems it was turned off. Please go ahead.
Okay. Suppose we have a sensor-based intrusion in the operation, then the fault tolerance is implemented through these steps. We first take the input and output and give it to an intrusion detection system block, which can raise a flag in case of an intrusion detected in the operation. This will inform the reconfiguration block who will ensure the transition of system abnormal behavior to more stable one. We can design an efficient, accurate intrusion detection system through machine learning domain of AI. In machine learning, we have principal component analysis, we have multivariate statistics, we have quadratic and discriminant analysis. These three work together to give us a threshold value, which will be used to tell us the behavior of the system. If the behavior of the system is below that threshold, we will say the system is normal. If the behavior of the system is above this threshold, we will say the system has an intrusion. Okay, the next step is in the reconfiguration block. We will use neural network to model an estimate of the plant, which will give us the estimated values in case there is a false values coming from the sensors. We can use these values in case and use them to reconfigure the plant back to its normal state. Let's say we have this system implemented and we introduce a pressure sensor intrusion in the system. In this case, you can see in this graph, in the lower graph, from time 3 hour till 9 hour, we introduce an intrusion. This caused the system plant sensor value in the above graph in the red dotted lines to deviate from its original values, thus creating an intrusion. But in this case, we luckily have a fault tolerant control, which reconfigure it back, and you can see in the blue signal that the sensor values are going back to its actual states. Thus, our fault tolerant control system work, and from pressure sensor intrusion back to its normal behavior. I would like to acknowledge this work to the RISE Center, who is funding me through my PhD fellowship. Thank you so much, and that concludes my presentation.
Thank you very much, Abdullah. And now let's move to the last presentation of the forum, which is about an MSc in Artificial Intelligence program by the European University of Cyprus.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Alberto Calzada, and let me share my screen right now. My entire screen. This one, yeah. Great. I think you should be able to see yourselves in a bit. Fantastic. All right, so this is the presentation. And yeah, as I was saying, my name is Alberto Calzada, and I am a, can you guys see the presentation? Can everyone see the presentation
very well.
now? Yeah, great, thank you, Andres. Yeah, I was saying that my name is Alberto Calzada, and I am a data science consultant. That's what I am in reality, a data science engineer, machine learning engineer, etc. And since a few months ago, we have started this new project, which is quite exciting. It is an artificial intelligence master in the European University Cyprus. It's a distance education unit master. And today in this presentation, I would like to introduce it a little bit. So yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about. Yeah, artificial intelligence. When we were designing the master, it was a little bit of a challenge because artificial intelligence is such a huge field of application and research from so many different topics. And I must say that I'm so happy that I was the last presenter today, and I was very excited to see so many other projects running in Cyprus. And it was fantastic to hear from projects specialized in computer vision to natural language processing. There were some others, and data mining and big data as well, of course. So yeah, it was great. But when we were designing the master, it was a little bit difficult. Like, where are we going to focus on here? So what we decided was, like, all of these fields, what they have in common is data and learn. They need a lot of data in order to run, and they need to learn from that data in order to process that and produce an output. And so the two big fields, or the two big pillars of the master, are big data and big data analytics, for example, big data tools, etc., and machine learning. And that includes this a huge family of technologies or techniques such as classification, regression, clustering, deep learning, etc. So those are like the two big pillars, and we will see how that matches with our main aim, which is, and I always say to my students, like, what I want is you guys to be working as a data scientist in 2021 or 2022 when you finish your master. So they can tailor where or which kind of career path they can take with this master. So pretty much because all of you are AI professionals, you probably are quite familiar with this Venn diagram, in which data science, which is like applied artificial intelligence in the business world mainly, is a combination of computer science and IT, classic computer science and IT, maths and statistics, and also domains and business knowledge. So we are trying to position our students there, and this is why we require least some kind of either mathematics background or computer science background. And that's it, because that is this way, because we wanted the computer science students that join our master to be moving towards that way first, machine learning and then data science, and the ones that are coming from a maths, physics, etc. background to also do that trick, but from the other side. And then the domain and business knowledge, they will be able to get it once they are working. So when I was working as a data science, for example, in the UK government, I was working as a freelance in London for a number of years, quite a few years. The domain and business knowledge always depended on the type of company I was working with. So when there was the UK government, we had to specialize on business data and trade data, etc. When I was working in healthcare, we had to be trained with a minimum of knowledge of what predicting diabetes is or predicting Alzheimer's, what are the parameters, etc. So this is something that they can acquire during the master a little bit, but mostly once they get a job. So our main area to focus is the top one here in this Venn diagram. It's a black one. Maybe I should have colored it in another way. Not so dark, but yeah. I hope you get the idea. So the main idea is to move current professionals that work as software engineers or mathematicians or physicists to be moved into the career path of data scientists that most of you maybe have heard that is the sexiest job of the 21st century. This was it's a quite old article, but I always find it funny, especially when I started working as a data scientist. It was about this time, and we were the few of us that were working in London back then. We were bragging a little bit about these things. So I always find it funny. It's not true, really. There are much sexiest jobs, I think. But yeah, this one is it's not bad. And if you like what you do, I think it's a fantastic thing. And we're trying to transmit that passion. Yeah, so someone that wants to move from a classic, let's say, software engineer or mathematics or physics, to move them towards the data engineer and even to data scientist. Why is this? Why would somebody, if you don't have a vocation like most of us have, maybe you can look at the actual salaries, and you will see that in the UK, for example, data scientists on average get around 20K more per year. So if this is not, if this is something that can help you, or can help you do the final step towards a data science career, that would be, well, it's another reason why not. But you need to have some vocation as well, and you can work in many cool projects, such as the ones that you guys have been presenting today. Yeah, more about salaries. So yeah, we come back to the original problem. Yeah, artificial intelligence was such a huge field of study. Which area to specialize in, and then we are again with the same thing. We have big data and machine learning, so which area to specialize? So for this, we offer the students already to tune what career path they want to follow. They want to be more heavily towards big data, so they will become, or the job title is data engineer. With the data science and data engineering job titles is happening kind of the same as with the software developer title. Back in the day, everybody was a software developer, but with the years, the field has become more and more specialized, and now we have front-end developers, database developers, back-end developers, mobile, Android developers, etc. It has become more specialized. So with data science, it's happening more or less the same thing. You want to be a pure data scientist, like towards machine learning and research. So then you have a more machine learning heavy master degree with us. If you want to go more towards data engineer, then you will be more leaning towards the big data side of the master. Or you can have a combination of both, which is actually what I was for most of the years, trying to bridge people that in companies that they were very good in machine learning, but not so much in actually coding and making that code production ready. Having very good developers and big data developers, but not being able to understand the machine learning models. So the data science engineer is the person that is able to translate this and making it code, production ready code. So with the big data. So the way we do this is with core courses to cover all of the basics of everything I'm talking about. That is the first semester of a master. Then there are a number of elective courses where the student can tune that path towards more machine learning, more big data, or some of the specializations, like the ones that some of you guys have been presenting today, natural language processing, deep learning, robotics, voice recognition. We have elective courses specialized on that. And so, yeah, these are the core courses. Let's go. I can run a bit more. And yeah, I wanted to say we have some students that they have a company already, and they present us with some of their problems, and they just want to be trained in order to be more efficient in their company. So what we tell them from day one is like, okay, we know already your master thesis. You're going to work on something that is going to help your own company. So that's an example. For example, we are very flexible on the master thesis part. I can show you. So yeah, this is the information about the master. And also to say that I'm very excited about some of the projects we have presented, because I also have a small consultancy. I still work as a freelance. So yeah, it's called Calza Data, and it's based in Cyprus as well. So yeah, it would be great to have some kind of social network after this forum where all of the participants that are here could interact, and I think some synergies could raise up. So thank you very much for the organizers to give us the opportunity to present here.
This is the last talk for today's forum. I would like to thank you for staying so late. And taking this opportunity, I would like also to thank all the people who contributed to organizing this event, which was quite complex and complicated because we had to, to do the finals of the Cyprus Entrepreneurship competition. We had the keynote speeches, the panel discussion, and then this Capacities track. Unfortunately, we didn't have so much time because the online medium imposes a lot of restrictions in that direction. We didn't have the opportunity to socialize in coffee breaks, etc. But as you know, this event was posted online through our Facebook page, so you can add comments there, and you can see the videos on our YouTube channel. So with this, I would like to wish to all of you a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, stay safe, away from the COVID virus, and I wish you all the best for the new year. Good night.